10 years ago today, a Vallejo couple experienced what became a real-life American nightmare. First kidnapped and terrorized by a masked stranger in their own home, then called liars by the Vallejo Police Department. It was made into a popular Netflix documentary, and now, a decade after police dismissed survivors Aaron Quinn and Denise Huskins, they're moving on and having a family.
Our daughter, Olivia, was born 5 years to the day of when I was released from the kidnapping. And I mean, that is just a really special gift to be able to focus on her and then really see life coming full circle, that rebirth. Because that was essentially me getting a second shot at life.
A second shot at life. They are also now trusting law enforcement again. KCRA3's Michelle Bandora explains how the Quinns and their new team are working together to get more convictions against their attacker and are making changes in outdated police interrogation techniques.
The calming waves of the California coast. Now home to American nightmare survivors Denise Huskins and Aaron Quinn.
Despite all we've gone through, I think we're still eternal optimists. We're hoping that people can learn from it.
The truth's going to come out. So far, what you told us is not completely the story. Because your story is funny.
It was March 23rd, 2015, when a masked intruder drugged and kidnapped the couple from Aaron's Mare Island home. Denise raped in a remote Lake Tahoe cabin. Then the couple publicly shamed by Vallejo police, accusing them of making it all up.
Mr. Quinn and Ms. Huskins has plundered valuable resources away from our community.
Now, 10 years later, they're rebuilding trust with law enforcement.
We've been able to connect with really hero type of people in law enforcement who are going against the grain.
We as law enforcement, we got it wrong.
Seaside Police Chief Nick Borges didn't investigate the Quinn's case.
My girlfriend, me, got in out last night.
But wanted to right the wrongs after watching the popular Netflix documentary, American Nightmare. When Chief Borges realized the Quinns were new residents in his coastal community, he felt compelled to reach out and welcome them to their new home.
I didn't expect them to respond.
It was the police outreach the Quinns had been waiting a decade to receive.
This is a part of the story when the whole worldview is shattered. I find myself fighting against the people I thought would be our saviors.
Borges eventually invited Denise and Aaron to speak at this seminar, sharing their painful story with a room full of California officers. In the audience, the first person with a badge who believed the couple. In 2015, Dublin detective Misty Caruso found the evidence linking Matthew Muller to the Quinns' abduction.
Did they maybe make some mistakes? Yes, but that's in every agency. It's how we overcome that and what we learn from those mistakes and how we can continue to build the trust back within the community.
And El Dorado County Attorney Vern Pierson, aware of Muller's Lake Tahoe crimes, wondering if there were more like Denise suspected during her captivity.
The case was not fully investigated, that there was a large probability that there were additional crimes that had been committed by Muller.
While Pierson reopened the case with his investigators,
Dear Mr. Muller,
Chief Borges sent Muller a letter in prison and surprisingly, received a response.
is this real? I kept looking back at the envelope to say, is this from Muller that I'm reading this from?
The chief and the kidnapper exchanged 8 letters.
Thank you for your openness and willingness to respond to my concerns. It really means a lot that you wrote back, and I respect that.
In which Muller confessed to more attacks before and after the Quinns' 2015 kidnapping.
I couldn't believe it. I really was shocked when I was reading this.
Pierson would go on to meet with Muller in prison before he pled guilty to 2 burglaries and attempted sexual assaults from 2009 in Santa Clara County.
She's dead. And everything points to you.
When Aaron first called 911, Vallejo police and the FBI considered him the suspect, not a victim. interrogating him over 18 hours before he finally asked for a lawyer.
You want me to go tell her family that she's dead? Because that's what I'm prepared to do. I'm living this nightmare right now. I have no clue, but I did not hurt her. I did not set this up. I am a victim here.
Vallejo detectives use the same police tactics officers have been trained on the past 50 years, making Aaron wear jail clothes, leaving him isolated for hours in a windowless room. The interrogation even left Aaron wondering what really happened. So when you say a psychotic break, you mean where you were wondering, did I really kill her?
Yeah, during the interrogation, they said, you killed her. It's so traumatic that you forgot about it, or you're used to admit to it. You're like, and they start really trying to question your own sanity.
Pierson had already been working to retrain officers on interviewing techniques to use science-based interviewing, which is looking at evidence and facts.
The whole fundamental approach to interviewing includes truth detection based on pseudoscience. And then if you believe that the person is not being truthful, then you go into a interrogation process.
Are you the monster that calculated had her come over and then just killed her and just choked the life out of her because you are a ruthless killer?
It's not just innocent people getting accused of something they didn't do, but the real perpetrators that go free.
The couple now has a team of law enforcement standing with them, all working together to fix what they call a broken system.
It really is a wake-up call to look at this and say, this type of training and this type of an approach to interviewing isn't the most effective.
I just hope that we have all learned what we could do better in these types of instances.
And help other victims of Matthew Muller.
The things he has engaged in are horrible. It's what makes you lock your door at night. It's what makes you afraid. But now it's time to get it all out there, give people peace.
Chief Borges reminds that the peace many often find at the seaside beaches couldn't be possible without the brave survivors who started this quest for answers.
They are the heroes in this whole story.
Having this chance now to have a team who listens to us and collaborates with us and really values what we have to say, it's a night and day difference.
Michelle Bandor, KCRA 3 News.
Michelle reached out to the Vallejo police several times for an interview and never received a response. Muller is expected in court later this week for sentencing in the 2009 sex crimes. He faces 2 life sentences.